this game. This game was a game. Wow. So a lot to take from it. A few things I'm worried about, but at the same time, I think there's one thing in particular that is blatantly apparent about this game that we just watched. Now, before we get into it, so what I want to do, I'm gonna talk about today's sponsor, and after that, I want to talk about the stats really briefly. And since we have a game coming up, I'm just gonna go through like all of the press conferences. I think we have like 3 press conferences, so I'll go through Mitch Johnson, Dylan Harper, and then Wemby did a team up with Keldon. So I'm gonna go through those, and we'll call it a segment, okay? But big shout out to Sleeper. So big shout out to Sleep. Oh, it's actually on the screen. Okay, I didn't know if it was working. It was acting weird earlier today. But big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested at all in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Link below, and then you just use that promo code CLAN. You'll get a 100% match up to $100. Or another thing, if it's your first time ever using it, you get $20 free, right? So if you guys are interested, please head on over, and you would just go to the NBA section here. And as you can see, really simple, over-unders, more or less, really simple stuff. But if you don't care about that at all, and you're like, well, I don't want to do any like fantasy sports or anything, they also have a social media segment that I think is really cool. So if you go over to NBA on the home page, as you can see here, they got Wemby right there. They have a plethora of different stats, injury reports, highlights, you name it, news, updates, all that good stuff. So if you want it just for that, that's totally fine. And it's actually really popular for that as well, right? So whatever you want to do. And also you can see the live scores of multitude of games, like the NFL games are on right now. Well, I think it might be a few NBA games on, right? Yeah. It's a few NBA games on. So anyways, it's really nice. It's really good. So if that's something you're interested in, please head on over and check it out. All right. So this game, let's go to the stats. So one thing that I said, or I was about to say, that is very apparent, it's a few things. So first and foremost, I don't know if Cam Thomas puts up this type of, because the thing is, he's very hard to guard, right? He's very difficult to guard. Very good player. But the one thing about this game in particular was we really struggled when it pertained to getting him to the foul line, because he went 13, or he had 13 shots at the foul line, went 13 for 13. And I just have the feeling that if Kornet was in this game, that might not have happened. Or if Sohan was in the game guarding him, then it would have been a little bit better. I don't know really why this. I mean, we got the win, so I won't complain, but I don't really know why we stayed in zone for so long. I don't know. It seemed like Mitch Johnson wasn't really trusting us to just guard them man to man. I actually thought it would have been fine, but it is what it is. We were in zone for a big chunk of this game, and I didn't really quite understand it. And we saw last season where I'm gonna praise him, but right now I have some criticism. Keldon Johnson is horrible. He is horrible in zone. I mean, he is just really bad. He gave up 2 huge 3-pointers that helped with the Brooklyn Nets run to Cam Thomas. Like just blatant. And you can see he went 5 for 12. 2 of them were really big, and 2 of them was because Keldon missing the closeout. But it is what it is. It happens. But overall, I think that we're really missing Kornet. I think we're really missing Sohan. And when everything is together, the Spurs are going to be very dangerous. Now, with that being said, just talking about the game, individual players, I'll get all my criticisms out. So that was my only criticism about Keldon. He had a lot of big plays in this game too. So I won't harp on it too much. It was just a couple really bad defensive plays in a situation where the Brooklyn Nets were already getting some steam. But other than that, I thought Keldon was pretty good, honestly. He always hustles, but it was some really key rebounds in there. Really good cuts, I thought. He brought a lot of rim pressure, and I thought he did pretty well. So won't harp on that. Harrison Barnes, guys, I don't know. I've been patient and I'll continue to be patient. But when everyone was talking bad about him during preseason, we look back at other previous preseasons that he had, and he's had bad ones before. And going into this one, it was like, well, maybe it'll be a little bit better, right? Maybe it'll be a little bit better because he's had bad preseason before, and then the regular season starts and he looks fine. But that has not been the case. I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. I think Harrison Barnes has been somewhat of a liability. I think that he makes some good passes, connector passes, but other than that, like if he's not hitting his shots, they're not going down. Defense is not there. He's a little slow. One thing that I noticed in particular was Victor Wembanyama elected to take a contested. I guess it's not that bad, especially since it's near the rim. But he was near the rim and he took a contested shot rather than passing it to the wide open Harrison Barnes in the corner. And he's Victor Wembanyama, one of the best passing big men in the league. He saw he was open, right? And Harrison Barnes has struggled so much, he elected not to pass it to him, and he took a contested shot. So it's been pretty rough to say the least. So I'm not opposed to Harrison Barnes coming off the bench for now if that's something they wanted to do. But right now, I don't really see a good enough reason to do it. Once we have Sohan back, you might want to consider that where he just actually moves to the bench. I was not considering it before, but it's starting to look bad. But maybe he'll get going pretty soon. Only been 3 games, but I was expecting a little more. Just to hit a couple threes here and there. But he's been rough. He's been rough, and this game was really rough. It was really rough. So yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't know if Harrison Barnes should stay in this lineup forever. But moving on, another negative spot was honestly Castle, right? And it's not a matter of me saying like Castle's bad or anything like that. Like Castle's really good, obviously, and he had some really big plays in this game. But I think that is very apparent and very obvious that he's not a point guard, right? I think that we all can see that he's more so a combo guard. He's a guard that can play point guard on occasion, but if he's out there with either Fox or Dylan Harper, unless he is hot, I'm not allowing him to just run the offense. His turnovers have been really bad, like really bad. This game and last, where it's like, okay, what are we doing, right? He's not a needle threader, right? When it comes to passing the rock, like he's not gonna be super pinpoint accurate. He's more of a connector. He's more of like I said, a combo guard, and he's someone that he can run point guard on occasion. But I don't think that should be a full-time job, right? And it seems like in this game, it got a little frustrating, especially, and we'll get to it in a minute, how well Dylan Harper was playing. But as soon as Steph Castle got in the game, they allowed Steph Castle to just run offense, like literally just run the entire offense. And I did not understand that. As soon as they did that, the offense stalled again. So yeah, so I just don't think he has the explosiveness, and I don't even know this is a word, the unpredictability of a Dylan Harper, where you're keeping the defense on their heels. Not necessarily, but Castle did not play poorly. He didn't play poorly. I just don't think that he is a point guard. Yeah, that's fair. Dom says that I think the reps at point guard are still important for Castle. Sure. They're important for Castle, but they're also important for Dylan, right? So when Steph Castle subs into the game and Dylan Harper just went on a crazy run, I don't think we should just say, okay, well, Steph, go ahead and run the offense for us. Like, I don't know why we did that. But hey, it is what it is. I think those are my only negatives. Like, the other things, it's not really their fault, right? Like, Biyombo, he got burnt quite a few times, but I mean, what do you do? I was surprised that Carter Bryant didn't get more minutes. I thought that he looked pretty okay, especially out there with Keldon. He looked all right. Oh, yeah, Wemby's free. See, that's the funny thing. In this game, down the stretch, I tweeted out, I was like, Vic really taking the Shaq comparisons to heart because he's missing all his free throws. But he was 10 for 15. So, like, that's kind of crazy because he didn't feel like it. Maybe it's because they were really huge free throws. Oh, yeah, I guess another negative thing is just Victor Wembanyama as a whole. In this game in particular, he looked a little he looked a little more out of control than what we're used to over the course of the last couple games, not couple seasons, the last couple games. He looked a little out of control, but only had 2 turnovers, right? So these were his first turnovers of the season. But, you know, the Nets were really giving him a hard time, and he didn't really have a go-to that he just leaned on, right? But that one play where he got 2 blocks in a row and he came down the court to hit a deep 3 was insane. Absolutely insane. He's a lot to deal with. But I was thinking that, you know, as far as like what's his go-to, it looks like that dream shake into a what would you call it? A jumper? Not a jumper. A jump hook? Kind of like a jump hook that he got going. It seemed like that might be his go-to. He did it in this game as well, and he's done it a few times now. But he's going to it whenever he can. That might end up being his thing right there. You know what I'm saying? We need to learn double team plays to hesitation. Oh, yeah, that's another negative thing. No one knew what to do when Victor Wembanyama was getting doubled. But that's the thing. Some players that's really good at it are ones that we don't have right now, right? We don't have Fox and we don't have Sohan. I would argue that Sohan is one of the best when a teammate is in the double team or getting double teamed, and how he moves and creates space and cuts or get to the right place on the court. Like, that's a player we're really missing. Dylan Harper's also good at it. I feel like they missed him on a couple cuts. But yeah, now positives. Devin Vassell looked great. Just overall, blatantly say it, he looked great. Had 1 steal. It was the biggest steal of the game. He looked phenomenal, right? And like I said before, if Devin Vassell doesn't have to be the second guy, because imagine this game without Dylan Harper in it. If he doesn't have to be the second guy, or he can kind of switch between being the second, third, fourth option, he is really good, right? He missed 6 field goals. I don't even remember it. Like, he looked really good overall. He looked really good. So I loved what I saw from him. Julian Champagne's back. I know a few people were worried about last game, but he went 3 for 4 in this one. Vic went 3 for 6, and they just made it really hard for him. Steph Castle didn't do great, but Steph Castle did really well down the stretch. You know, he's a finisher, as always. Keldon was really good, I thought. Other than those 2 plays I mentioned where defensively, I don't know what he was doing, he was really good. But yeah. Now, the star of this game was Dylan Harper, right? It was obviously Dylan Harper. That dude was absolutely insane. What's even more insane is look at the plus minuses, right? The highest plus minus is Keldon Johnson with plus 19. Dylan Harper had plus 33. He was just a net positive the entire time, every second on the court. He played really well defensively, and they just couldn't stop him as far as getting to the paint, right? They just couldn't stop him. He's definitely going to be an inside-out type of player. We haven't had a player as good or a guard as good as getting to the rim since Tony Parker. Like, he's on that level as far as how Tony Parker can manipulate his position when getting to the rim. I mean, Dylan Harper's just really great at it. But yeah, we haven't had that since Parker. Fox? Well, obviously Fox. But we haven't, you know. They came to the team around the same time, you know. Big shout out from France. What's up, man? But yeah, but Dylan was great, bro. Like, they couldn't do anything with him. As soon as he was in the, and that's the one thing that I love about Dylan. That's what makes us so dangerous, is when a Brooklyn Nets team hones in like they did in that third, and it seems like, oh my goodness, it's starting to get away from us. Like, you can put in someone like Dylan Harper, and he is virtually unstoppable. And he's on his own, he can be unstoppable. But with Vic, it's a whole nother monster, you know? So I am convinced, I said this before, I know I flip-flop a few times, but I only flip-flop because of Dylan Harper's injury. That was it. That was the only thing that worried me, was the pinky, I think it was the pinky, right? The pinky or thumb. I think it was thumb. The thumb injury. Like, that's the only thing that held me back going off of that take, but I really think he should start. Like, I think he should start. He should start next to Vic. As far as, like, when Fox gets back, I still think Dylan Harper should start. Like, I think he's just a starter, bro. He's just a starter. He's really good. He's just a starter. But I do like Steph Castle out there with Fox as well. So I don't know. I don't know what you go with, but at this point, I'm forcing Dylan Harper into that starting lineup. Over who? Okay, if I had to put it on paper, let's see. I would say Fox, right? Number one, Fox got to start. He's going to start. Dylan Harper at 2. Dylan Harper has to be at 2. If Fox is at 1, Dylan Harper's at 2. This is when everyone's healthy. Now, number 3, that's where it gets tricky, because I don't want to move Devin Vassell to the 3. And I feel more comfortable with Champagnie being at the 3, right? I don't know. That's kind of that's a coin flip for me. I don't really care at that point. And then 4 is Sohan, and then 5 Wemby. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Yeah, I don't know what I would do with the 3. I don't know what I would do with 3. I feel like Devin Vassell is really good, so maybe you do have to just put him at 3. I know that's kind of ugly, but I mean, that starting lineup, you have 2 excellent defenders in Sohan and Wemby, and you have good defender in Fox, a pretty good defender in Dylan Harper, and then obviously Vassell is a good, pretty good defender. But you have 2 elite defenders right there, so yeah, that's what I want to do. I just think he has to start. Like, he's too good. Give him the reps, let him start, put him in that position. Yeah. Clan, tell me KJ hasn't been amazing last 3 games. KJ's been fine. This game in particular, I thought was his best game. Not just stats wise, but I thought that his decision making was a little better on offense. It's just defensively, he is so bad. But we figured it out. Well, we didn't figure it out. Dylan Harper actually saved us, to be honest, if we're being real. Dylan Harper kind of saved us. I mean, he went 8 for 11. Like, everyone else was just there compared to him. Devin Vassell did good. Let's see. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Do you think when Fox gonna return, it's going to be harder for teams to keep 2 of their players to guard Wemby, or Harper is already doing that at the same level as what Fox will be doing? Fox is better than Dylan Harper, so it's going to be picking your poison with a team like this is going to be very difficult. But yeah, it'll look something like that. You saw how many times, like Dylan Harper, he was just let loose because they had to focus on Vic. Like, and there's not much you can do with him. And he has such a, I didn't even mention this. I kept mentioning like the plus 33. He also had 8 assists on no turnovers. And these weren't just like dump off passes. These were high IQ plays. You know, like, you can't outrun the ball. And he was really pinpoint, quick passes, needle threading. That one play in the fast break where he passed it between two defenders to get Julian Champagnie the layup was so pretty. You had a very small window. Very small window to get that pass through. He nailed it. So, yeah, I think it'll be about the same. I mean, better with Fox. It'll be better. But Dylan Harper should definitely start, in my opinion. We'll see what happens, though. I'm not convinced that he will right now because, I mean, like I said, as soon as Castle got back in the game, they're like, okay, Castle, you're the point guard, even though Dylan Harper just went on a tear. Went on an absolute tear. And also, even if Dylan, this is one thing that's really cool about him, because even if Dylan Harper isn't ready to run point guard full term or whatever, when in Fox returns, like him as a 2 guard is really good, especially in transition. With us being the type of defensive team that we are, we're going to get a lot of easy baskets. You know, before we look at the press conferences, I am curious to see what the fast breaks look like. Yeah, we destroyed in the fast break. 25 fast breaks to their 10. Not only that, guys, hold on. Well, I guess it was the blocks. The blocks kind of is what helped. It might as well be a turnover. But what's crazy is 25 fast break points to their 10, and we have 15 turnovers to their 12. They had more steals than us, and we got significantly more fast break points. But we also had 6 blocks, so let's see here. We beat them on the boards. Oh, no, we didn't. Oh, overall we did, but offensive boards we didn't. Let's see what else we got here. Less fouls than them. We got 20 more points in the paint than them. It's crazy. As bad as I thought Vic played, he still had, 31 points? 31 points and 14 rebounds. As bad as I thought he played today, he has 6 blocks and 3 steals. That's insane. He just passively gets that. Even in a bad game, Vic would just passively get that. Champagnie, Danny Green 2.0. Yeah, I want to start Champagnie, but if it's between him and Devin, that's what makes it a little difficult, you know. But things are going to change. Sohan's going to start. Like, you don't not start Sohan, in my opinion, especially how Harrison Barnes been. And then Fox is going to start easily. You just gave him a contract, and he's like a star point guard. So yeah. So it's just a matter of those 2 spots. And I just really want Dylan Harper in there. You know? Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and go to the press conferences. All right, here we go. Let's see. I guess we'll start. We're going through all of them, so I guess it doesn't matter where we start. Let's start with I want to hear what Coach has to say.
Tough to win in the NBA, obviously. What did you think about the way they built the big league, lost it, and then recovered?
Yeah.
Please be critical. Please be. I'm not saying sit here and say they're trash and they, but man, you got to, bro. You got to. I still find it weird. Everyone's like, I heard even Sean Elliott, because I actually listened to it this time. I usually don't listen to the commentators or whatever, but I actually listened this time, and I heard Sean Elliott say like praised Wemby for fouling out, where it's like, you know, you gotta admire guys that just goes for the block, and I'm just like, why are we praising? That's a good thing? I don't think that's a good thing. I think you should attempt to not foul out. Like, I don't know. It's just awareness to me, but it's whatever.
a little similarities from the New Orleans game. Different style of game, but just in terms of being consistent on the things that we can control for 48 minutes. And again, it's a long game. They're a good team. You don't blow teams out or lead for 48 minutes in this league. But with that being said, that some of the mistakes.
Man, the Warriors can. I remember the old Warriors. They could.
The patience and tolerance level is not what we'll have in terms of just because they're just things that we can control, whether it's a starting spot on defense, a starting spot on offense, and so when you give teams or players life, and not saying that they aren't going to have success without you giving them life, but when you...
Real quick, Red Hood, thank you for the super chat. He says, do you think we should just trade Fox for Jaylen Brown or some more depth at this point? He's going to be an odd man out on the roster. No, dude. No. And no, Fox is not going to be an odd man out on the roster. There's nothing wrong with having two, really great point guards. Dylan Harper is going to be a great point guard. Fox is a great point guard. Steph Castle isn't a point guard, and that's okay. He's more of a combo guard. He can play point guard on occasion. Just like how, sometimes we did run Manu Ginobili at point. He wasn't a point guard, so I wouldn't trip about that too much. Don't worry about that. So yeah, no, I wouldn't trade Fox. You just gave him this. They didn't give him this massive contract just to trade him. He makes us really good, right? He makes us really good. In games like this, if it gets close, first off, I don't think that they come back the way they come back if Fox is on the court. But in games like this where it's really close, he's going to hit so many big shots for you. But I would much rather have Fox on this team than Jaylen Brown. Very, very important. He calms things down. He slows it down. He's an actual point guard, so don't worry about it.
Assist in that, Cam Thomas.
Exactly. Fox is extremely important in situations like today, how the team couldn't get a bucket when Victor was off floor. We would have needed our second best player. Exactly. And we leaned on Dylan Harper, right? And Dylan Harper did it for us. But just imagine having a Dylan, because he's a rookie. He's going to slip up sometimes. So imagine having a better version of that, a more seasoned, better version of that. And Fox going out there and doing it,
This is an elite scorer. Michael Porter's a really, really hard guard. They got a lot of guys over there that Jordy's got playing well and good basketball. Now they make shots. Now one of your shots goes in and out. Tough whistle here and there. And so that's where we just have to continue to get more consistent.
Coach, fourth quarter, you guys lost the lead, and in comes Dylan Harper, who had already been playing a great game, but he seemed to be the steady hand, the control that you guys needed. How impressive was that for 19-year-old?
Coach, how long is it going to take before you start Dylan Harper? Answer.
Third game in the league.
He made some really solid, simple plays tonight, and I think, again, it's not to be a broken record, but a theme of our team of continuing to do that. I think we got away from ourselves a little bit where there was a simple pass or a simple shot or a play to be made, and at times we got probably a little too creative or just trying to be too cute in the sense that the play was there for the taking, and I thought he did a really good job of that tonight, of just being aggressive without forcing it or playing in a crowd, but taking what the defense gave it. And if that meant sometimes repeat outcomes or repeat decisions on his part, that's okay. We don't.
Exactly. Dylan Harper was literally just he was just taking what you gave him every single time. I mean, it became repetitive. It became redundant. It's just oh my God, over and over and over. It's you're going to give me the layup, I'm going to take it. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't try to get cute. I don't think that's a jab at Wemby, but Wemby definitely was sometimes doing a little too much. Just take what they give you. But they were double teaming like crap out of Wemby. Oh, they were double teaming the crap out of Wemby. And the team didn't respond very well to it. But yeah, no, he's right. Getting a little too cute. One play that comes to mind in particular is in the midst of them coming back, Castle took a sidestep three for no reason. It's bro, and I love Castle, but this game I was just bro, You're like 20% from 3. Why did you take that? You guys know what play I'm talking about? It was very strange. I don't know. Oh, correct me on this. Thank you for the super chat, man. Landlord. He says, no, you got to be fearless to go after everything. Vic don't care about getting dunked on, and that's admirable of him because it's going to happen. Some people would make a business decision. Well, I don't think it was. No. I'm not worried about that. I don't care about Wemby going for a block in order to get dunked on or whatever. I was just talking about we're in overtime. You got 5 fouls. It seemed like an unnecessary play to go for right there. You know, like he could have put his hand out and tried to close out or whatever, but like he went full in on it, and it was like, yeah, that's a foul. What are you doing? You know. No, I just meant in that situation. I don't care that Wemby goes for things. Just you're right. People do make a business decision. They do not want to be like replayed on ESPN or Twitter, all week.
Have to find a new solution every time.
Seeing him do a lot of things that don't show up in the box score, getting loose balls, pulling them away from guys, just like you said, just being super aggressive.
Yeah, I think his offense was really good, and his stat line will represent that, but I thought his defense was better than his offense. And some of that was his team defense, some of that was just setting the tone where they get into their offense at.
I mentioned that he is a pretty good I can't believe there were people actually arguing with me on this with Harper's defense. I do not understand that for the life of me. They were like, no, he can't play. He's not a good defender. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, did you watch him at Rutgers at all? Like, he can defend. He's a fine defender. He's not a lockdown or anything like that, but he's a fine defender. And also, I mean, we had Tony Parker. Tony Parker wasn't a terrible defender, but like, he's far better defensively than Tony. Far better than Tony. But like, no one would sit here and tell me like Tony Parker didn't deserve to start because of his defense. Like, come on. Silly.
15 seconds and maybe it's 10 feet further out than you want them in an operating area, and now they're not on their rhythm and timing for a play, and that doesn't show itself anywhere other than watching the game and understanding the value of that.
July says Harper defense is definitely a good defender. Sort of reminds me of Manu sometimes. Only in that like very clever, savvy, like when guys are so savvy offensively and they have the tools defensively to be like pretty good defenders, like you kind of see that savvy. I think that's what you mean, right? Like Harper's very savvy. Yeah, he's very savvy. He had a couple steals in there where it was like, whoa, where'd that come from?
Coach, that control that Dylan seems to have, despite constantly attacking and being on the...
None of our players are actually bad defenders. Keldon Johnson's a bad defender. And I would also say Lindy Waters isn't the best defender. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that take? Other than that, though, Harrison Barnes is mid.
Aggressive, is that?
Defensively.
I imagine that's pretty uncommon.
Oh, starters? Oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
For a rookie, especially teenager.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of his strengths for sure, and it's a hard thing to teach at times. Some of that just uncanny ability to start, stop, change your speeds while making and processing, making decisions and processing at a high level.
Coach Victor had a little bit of a...
When Harper has the ball, I don't feel any stress. Yeah, I don't feel any stress either. And even if he makes a mistake, similar to Wemby, he's such a sponge that it doesn't seem like he's going to make the same mistake 2 times in a row.
Slow start offensively, but continues to impact on the other side. Is that something that you look for? You talked to him about just having an impact on both ends of the court, even if he's maybe a little bit on either side.
Yeah, I think he's done that. I mean, he's always been a well-rounded player, so he's doing a great job.
Is this the best you've ever seen Keldon? It seems like he's sort of self-actualized his game a bit.
I think
self-actualized his game.
Keldon right now is impacting winning more than he ever has, and it's really, really cool to see, especially because a lot of times it hasn't been starting with scoring, and so you create.
Y'all hear that? You hear that? Honesty from Mitch Johnson here.
Keldon right now is impacting winning more than he ever has. And it's really, really cool to see, especially because a lot of times it hasn't been starting with scoring. And so you create your own luck, and right now he's getting rewarded for that as he should.
It never started with scoring. So true. Everyone knows that Keldon Johnson can score. Everyone knows that he can get to the paint and play a little bully ball at times. But one of the biggest issues has been on the defensive end. 2 plays in particular, all on Keldon, I'm not going to lie. But overall, like I said, this game he was good. Would you agree, Clan? That he's impacting winning? Sure. I think the players in particular, because we have so much depth, it's actually helping quite a bit. You know, Keldon, and he's picking his poison too. So that's good to see. He's definitely picking his poison. But when you have so many players more talented that can get to the rim and give that rim pressure, I think Keldon Johnson has taken more of a back seat. But the coaching staff as well has made sure everyone understands their role. So, yeah, his role's pretty cut and dry. He had one, I mentioned this earlier, he had one cut to the basket that was absolutely great, and it was huge play in the fourth quarter. And I love seeing that. I don't know if it was an and one. I don't remember if it was an and one. It might not have been an and one. I don't remember. I won't go as far as say he's an X factor. I won't go that far, but he helps. He definitely helps. We're going to look even better when our guys are back.
It's something that we all need to continue to get better at.
Team as a whole function without Luke.
It was a few rebounds from Keldon in particular. I was like, I love that. I mean, he took one rebound. It felt like a statement. He just took it one hand out the air. I was like, oof. It was nice.
Tonight, and I guess you're looking forward to getting him back as soon as possible.
Yeah, I thought we had good moments. I thought guys stepped up off the bench. I thought, again, we've had guys in and out kind of throughout camp, so we just have to continue to put our best foot forward. And again, go back to the things that we can control, because some of these lineups haven't played together. Some of those combinations haven't executed certain things together. So, you know, that's the rest of the league. That's the circumstances in the hand you're dealt. So it's not anything uncommon throughout the league. It's just more that's
How long is Cornette out? For an ankle sprain? How long is that, guys? Like a week? Said 1 week. Has that been confirmed that it's going to be 1 week? Ankle sprains aren't that bad. Yeah? Oh, okay.
how much sharper you have to be in the things that you can prepare for, or at least try to control in the moment.
Barring anything coming out of the
And
training.
apparently it happened during the game, and like we didn't notice it, so maybe you just felt it the next day or something.
Trainer's room, Wimby plays tomorrow, correct?
I hope so.
Okay. Thanks, y'all.
Oh, okay. Wimby plays tomorrow. All right, next, Vic and Keldon Johnson chalking it up. Oh, sorry.
Nothing like winning.
How's it feel to be undefeated? Like,
That's Carolina Teague. I can hear her.
Nothing like winning.
how's it feel to be undefeated? Like in preseason, regular season, what is that feeling like for you guys?
Feels like it's where we should be. It feels great every night. You know, it definitely gives a boost for motivation.
Victor, Brian Windhorst of ESPN said that they talked to somebody in San Antonio and they said that Victor's relishing being a bully. Is that how you would describe your feelings regarding your competitiveness on the court?
That's for sure one way of describing it, but I'm not sure this is like a label you can put on.
Relishing being a bully. That sounds like somebody that hasn't watched all these games, because if you only watched the game against Dallas Mavericks, you would say he's relishing in being a bully, or he's just a bully. But these last couple games, I don't think Wimby has been a bully. Wimby's been good, really good, but he hasn't been a bully. That was only against AD. but we'll see. Maybe he will be a bully. He played different games with different styles a little bit. That first game, he was pretty relentless getting at them. AD looks just bad. AD looks really bad. AD looks kind of like out of shape, you know? I don't know.
On me, but yeah, for sure. Of course, it's one of the things I think about.
Kelton, having played for Pop for as long as you did,
In preseason, he was a bully as well. Yeah, he was bullying.
to think of all the ways they could honor him by putting his banner up there, is it appropriate that they did it with nobody watching and with no announcement and no real
Oh, he is in
hype
shape?
about it?
That's probably the way Pop would want it. But
I'm sorry, Keldon. He said AD said he gets in shape during the season. Holy. Wow. Traded Luka, by the way.
I mean, he's been so. I feel like he's affected so many like players' lives. So I feel like it's only right, especially for this organization. I feel like he's done so much. He's been such a key piece of what's just the culture here. I feel like so. Obviously, we will all want to give Pop his flowers, but you want to, for something like that, you want to do it the way he wants to do it. And I mean, it's up there and it's gonna stay there forever. So that's and it's well deserved.
Shame on all those people that said, like, was talking so much trash about Popovich before his stroke. I mean, and they had their own like little agendas, like that. What's his name? Mike Jimenez dude. Oh my God, bro! Like, he was so obnoxious. We went over some of those clips. It was like, what are you talking about? Like, these people are just relentless, just talking trash about Pop because they personally didn't like him. But it was not grounded in reality at all, and not grounded in what our situation was as Popovich was coaching us. So that was kind of nasty work. And now they want to shut up after a stroke. Like, anything can happen. We're so lucky to have Pop. But yeah, you got to give people their flowers while they're here, man. You can't just dog on them, or one of those you live long enough to become the villain situations. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I hate it so much.
I
Hate that guy. Yeah, he comes across as like smug.
I saw something warm up the banner. I didn't know it was going up, but yeah, it feels like it should be up there for sure. And yeah, that's probably the way Pop would have wanted it.
Vic, that sequence late in the first half, you get the 2 blocks in a matter of seconds, and then back down the court. Shortly after you cross the half-court line, you let it fly. It goes crazy. Was there any doubt in your mind when you got the ball back and it comes back up the court that you're going to let it fly?
Maybe a little bit, because I know that shot was going up at least 2 or 3 times a game before, but yeah, of course a little bit,
that's
but
loud.
and because it was also like a 2-for-1, but like late 2-for-1, and I looked up and it was 31 seconds. But yeah, and you need to trust.
Clan, did you see the no limit cash? Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Did you see the no limit cash money versus who won? No? What was that? Wait, I saw something on YouTube. It was my recommendations. Can you elaborate on what that is? What was going on?
Yeah, you need to trust yourself sometimes. That's what I did.
Kind of plays with that super ultra aggressiveness on both ends.
I think it's big. We tell him to be confident, and if we're gonna make a mistake, we want him to make a mistake being aggressive. And I feel like he's imposing his will once he gets in the game, and I like that he's not passive. That he's going out there being himself, being aggressive, and he's getting to the basket. He's making all the right plays, and especially tonight, he really, when we had that little slump in the second half, he came in and brought that spark. He got a couple buckets, things like that. He changed the game, and that's big time. especially seeing that from a rookie. I feel like the confidence and swagger that he has.
They should do more of these, by the way, like duo. Yeah, I like them way more. But yeah, I don't think people realize how important Pop is on the team identity. He has his imprint on everyone on the team. Yeah, for sure. Like, it's very obvious. Yeah, it's very apparent, like, how important Popovich was, or Popovich is. The Timlin versus series, they had. Oh, okay. Okay. No, I didn't watch it.
As definitely something special.
Milton had that huge rebound at the end there. He's been pretty big on the glass this year. Just what have you thought of the way he's been playing?
I think we need a mixtape, KJ, of rebounds and offensive rebounds too, because he had a big putback in the first half. No, I mean, I love it, and for me, it's just the product of him understanding a huge thing that often gets overlooked, but a huge piece of how he can help us, and just totally buying on it. So, total respect to him for this.
On that note, though, that Mitch mentioned this is probably the most you've impacted winning ever. Do you feel that?
Definitely. I feel like, I mean, honestly, I'm just playing my role, and I feel like buying into what we have here in San Antonio, and I truly feel that we could do something special here, and and I always say this before the season, like, whatever my job is, that's what I go to do, and whatever my role is to help my team win. And I feel like just really just buying into that, and knowing and trusting my teammates, and knowing that I'm doing my job just like Vic goes and does his job, and everybody else. So just really just buying into that role, and I mean, it's paying off. And we winning, and winning is the most.
I'm not going to psychoanalyze anything Keldon says here, but his play style, it looks like this isn't what I don't think this is what he's thinking, but over the years it's looked like a play style where it's like, I don't trust my teammates. It's me in the rim, and that's the only way we're going to score right now. And it seemed like he's calmed that down a little bit, but I don't think it's a mental thing. It probably literally has been, hey, that's your role. My biggest gripe, and like how Mitch Johnson said, my biggest gripe has been on the defensive end. Like, that's literally it. Like, Keldon Johnson's play style can actually merit itself to be helpful for the team as a spark plug, or even sitting in the corner and, hitting some threes here and there, and, really good cutter and all that stuff. But, like, the most important thing has been on the defense, Like, if your shots aren't going, you're just kind of there. You don't want that. But I think overall he's been pretty okay defensively, but this game in particular, like, it was a couple plays where I was like, oh my God, like, but overall, I mean, he was a big part of us winning.
Most important thing to us. That we're for real. We're not every game we're going in to win, and regardless of who's the opposing team. We look at our scouts, we come up with a game plan. That's what we're gonna do. Some nights it'll be different, but each and every night we're going out there to win and compete.
Of course, I mean, I'm not expecting less from the fans here, but yeah, I think
that fan section looked good, by the way. I wish they were a little loud, but it's kind of hard to tell when you're watching on TV and it's like a random Sunday 1 p.m. game,
Just like in the preseason, I think the Jackal songs sound great. I still think there's some work to do with coordinating with the in-arena chants, and also the rest of the fan base is also going to learn the chants in the future.
Nice. Look at Keldon.
KJ? Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Oui, c'est effectivement, ça fait extrêmement plaisir.
Let's see if there's any other questions.
Plaisir parce que
To you and has been a huge Spurs
And as I say, for that section, I always say this because we got French fans as well. So if anybody wants to translate it for whenever this video is uploaded, you can just put it in the comments and people will take a look.
Différent de jouer à la maison.
Longest tenured Spur, you've been here for a while. I know how much winning means to you, and it has been a thing that you guys have worked for. How special is this right now, and can you feel the shift happening?
I feel like the shift started this summer. I feel like we had a lot of guys that bought into being here, and really, everybody making sacrifices to make this possible. So we definitely, I feel like everybody feels the shift, and I think especially for me it means so much because this is all I know is Spurs, and I feel like, I love the city of San Antonio, I love the fans of San Antonio, so being able to, win in front of this crowd and bring back that fire to the city is personal for me. Honestly, I feel like, it's something that.
Thanks, Bacano. He said that he'll put the comments, the French comments in the video when it's uploaded. As much as I get on Keldon, y'all, I don't feel glee in being worried on how he fit. I don't feel glee in it. Now, so far, he has looked fine, right? He has looked fine. But I do not find glee in it. Some people think that I hate Keldon, and I really don't. Farewell speech? No, it's not a farewell speech. I really don't hate Keldon. I really don't, y'all. I really don't. I really like Keldon. I really do. This isn't like a DeJounte Murray situation where you guys could tell, like, there was stuff about him that irked me, and we would talk about off the court stuff that he just did, and I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? A little bit of arrogance, a little bit of selfishness that you could see from game to game. I don't feel that way about Keldon, man. I don't. I know I don't. I know he ain't your fave play style. It's not just the play style. It's sometimes it's like, do that play style fit with the team? So far, he has been fine, and I think that his role is better. But it's the defensive end, man. It's the brain farts, where it's like you can't give up a 3 in that situation, It's been those
that I've been looking forward to, and I'm glad I get to go out here and do it with my brothers, and I'm glad we get to put on a show for these fans.
Of course. I know he's not looking forward to seeing us.
Ooh. That's a nice, they were talking about Sandro. That's nice.
Run in the fourth quarter that flipped the energy. What sparked that for you guys?
Dylan?
Yeah.
Dylan Harper.
Dylan definitely, he brought the energy for sure.
All right, that's another one.
C'est vrai que j'étais dans les vraiment mieux.
I think that's it.
Le match est tôt.
All right, cool. All right, let's go to the next one. Next one we got here, guys, is Dylan Harper. Do we have a... Oh, okay. For a minute, I thought we had a Castle one. I was like, we talked to Castle today? No, it's Dylan Harper.
Dylan, Mitch, we talked about your stat line, but he said the thing that stood out to him was your defense, especially your team defense. Is that a big focus for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think
Dylan the Villain. We need a better nickname than that. That's not a good one. That's not a good one. He got championship in his blood. All right, this is in his bloodline. Ron Harper.
going into this game, big emphasis for me was just the defensive side and just want to help my team out however I can, whether that's playing defense, score the ball. But today I think I kind of took that stand to be one of our main defensive guys and just trying to speed the game up and make the game faster.
You guys have stayed composed even in close finishes. What's giving you guys trust?
This is our point guard, by the way, guys. This is our point guard. I really do think that the San Antonio Spurs should start him. I really do believe that. He's our point guard.
Each other so early on.
I mean, just how hard we work. I think how hard we all work together. I think we did a great job this whole summer, preseason, off-season, of just being connected and staying together, whether we're traveling together or in the gym all day. So I think we kind of know where everyone is because of all the hard work we put in.
I remember in Dallas, after that game, you told us you started that game, your first NBA game, some jitters, first game jitters. Are those gone now? Is everything?
Yeah, it's just basketball at this point. I mean, just going out there, just playing my game, just trusting my ability, and just being someone where I can do whatever the team needs me to do. So I think that's pretty, yeah.
So Mitch was talking about you make.
This is the difference. Sorry, this is the difference between somebody who's later in the first round, second round, undrafted, and a lottery pick, because many mistakes that he's made, like in game one, he never looked like his head was never down. It's like, oh yeah, I made a mistake, but he just came back and he understands how good he actually is. It's kind of nice to see, especially with my favorite or my second favorite player that's been on the Spurs, Derek White, where it took a long time for him to gain that confidence. It felt like I had more confidence in him than he had on the court, but you know.
The easy plays consistently now. When you make those easy.
Fox is back tomorrow. I didn't hear that. I haven't heard that. Have you guys heard anything? I haven't heard any of that. Over Fox? No. I would not start Dylan Harper over Fox. I would just put Dylan Harper at the two guard. No, I wouldn't start over Fox. I just feel like he just has to start. I don't know. I felt like that for a while, but after he got injured, I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe we'll take some time. But he's looked fine. I wasn't expecting him to be there in preseason. So since then, it's just been up.
Plays. How does that kind of get you in the rhythm and the flow of the game?
I mean, just
Fox News is back tomorrow. What?
just taking what the defense gives me. I mean, if they're going to load it up, I'm going to kick out to my teammates. If they not, I'm going to go get a lay.
Dylan over Castle? If it comes down to that, yeah.
So just having that IQ of just knowing not to rush anything, just letting the game come to me.
November 4th. What did you hear about Sohan? How long we waiting on Sohan? I didn't see any news on that.
Comes from for you? Is it just being around the game all your life? Is it film study?
Yeah, definitely being around the game all my life. I mean, I've been around basketball right when I was born. So just seeing all that and growing up and hearing all the different things with that, plus the film, like you said, I think we've done a big job. We've done a really good job of just watching film and just sitting me down and telling me what I need to correct.
Can you talk me through the moment, for first home game, fourth quarter, you guys have lost this big lead and you're going.
Dylan Harper is much better than Castle. He's more talented than Castle. Like, it's very apparent. I know that this won't justify, like, this statement won't be justifiable based on the last couple of games, but like, I think Castle does, understand. I don't want to say understand the game a little bit more, but I can't even justify it because of how bad his turnovers have been. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would say. I was about to say take care of the ball a little bit better, but that's not true. Statistics wise, that's not true. Sometimes I'll say this. Sometimes I feel like Castle is a little bit more in control than Dylan Harper. But it's a very short sample size as far as these two playing together. But I'll say the same thing I've said before. Dylan Harper is more talented. Like, it's very obvious that he's more talented. He can get to the rim at will better than Castle. And as someone mentioned in a few live streams ago, like, Castle is better, as far as like his leaping ability and defense. But Harper is a good defender, and on offense, he's pretty explosive. Like, you can't stay in front of him. And off the pick and roll, like, good luck, especially with Wemby. So I just like him better as a starter over Castle. But I felt like that for a while, and yeah, came in clutch. He was great. I don't think that they'll do it, though. I'm pretty sure he'll remain coming off the bench. Just from how Mitch Johnson sounded, it sounded like it was more like oh yeah, he's a piece of this that really helped us win, not like a urgency to put him out there and be the main guy, which is okay, I guess, but that's all right. Castle was really good, but yeah, when they bring him, he's just getting pressured. way more right now. Well, when they give him pressure, he has a hard time getting out of it because I don't think his handles and his vision is as solid as like a Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper, I mean, I know it was college, but Dylan Harper, when he got doubled a lot, a whole lot. And he played out of it super well. Like, I think you guys remember when we looked at this, we were looking at his assist to turnover ratio, which was absolutely insane because it also showed like the amount of times he got pressured. I can't remember the specific analytics we looked on that, but it was before, was it before we drafted him? We knew we were going to get him and we talked about it, and it was crazy. It was insane. Like, you would have expected someone in the position he was in who's constantly getting pressured and double teamed to actually have more turnovers, but that wasn't the case. It was actually very low for someone getting as pressured as much as he did, because you compared it to Ace Bailey and it was like night and day. I don't know if you guys remember that. So yeah, we need a Castle How secondary ball handler. Harper attacks those gaps better. Yeah, he does. Dylan's a true point guard. Castle suits better as a shooting guard. Yeah, he's a two guard, or he's not even just two guard. He's a combo guard. You know, he can be point guard sometimes, but yeah, this should be his main role. But he's good at the two as well. Like, he's really good at the two. So even if Harper's in there, not Harper, if Fox in there, they can play off of each other. I think he plays off of Fox significantly better than how Chris Paul would play off of Fox. You know?
Going in there, what do you remember what was going through your head?
Just make an impact any way I can. Try to turn the game around, whether that's picking someone up 94 feet, getting a steal, or whether that's passing the ball, whether that's scoring, whatever. Just give my team that kind of push and kind of that energy that we needed.
Speaking of energy, that play where you pump in the lane, spin, get it up, you were coming down the court really excited.
He hit him with that Tony Parker, bro.
You know, just trying to get my team up. I think when they took the lead, we weren't like mad or angry or anything, but I could see the energy go down a little bit. So just for me, just coming in and trying to pick that energy right back up, I know that's something me and Keldon do big, just coming in the game and just try to pick the energy up.
So that's his role this season. So I'll probably be crying all season long on how I think he should start. But that sounds like that would be more his role, like a spark plug off the bench, which is fine with him being so young and with Fox just getting that massive deal. It does make sense for the Spurs to go into the season and say that, like, that's going to be your role, right? And with Castle having the Rookie of the Year and running our offense for a big part of last season, it makes sense. But, I mean, I think it's very apparent, and it's going to become more and more apparent as the season goes on, that Harper should be starting. I mean, maybe it'll happen next season, but yeah.
Home game here in San Antonio, what you think?
Crowd is crazy. I mean, you wouldn't want it any other way as your first NBA game to just at your home arena. And just for me, just seeing all that and all the supporters and all the fans, I mean, it's going to be a great season. Nah, yeah, definitely. That's something that, like, obviously you had 2 games, you want to get home, but just playing in front of our fans and just seeing how loud the gym really gets, I don't think there's no other place.
The Nets started the game with a whole lot of pressure, and they were going full court. You come in, and things kind of stabilize for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yes, dude. Oh, my God. Because they can't get away with that with Dylan. He's too fast. They can't get away with it. He's too quick.
Were you looking? Is there anything you were looking to do for, like, on a concerted side, or was you just out there playing your game?
I mean, I was just out there playing my game. I think a big thing for me and my development was how do I handle pressure from college and now, and I think
his first step is crazy.
I've done a good job of just reading the game and just, you know, if 2 come to me, I'm going to get off it. And because Vic, you know, you throw it right up to him, he don't get it no matter what. Or if it's one-on-one, just take care of the ball and just get our whole team set. So that was my mindset coming in.
You had an assist with about 5 minutes left to Wemby for a 3 after you ripped the ball away from two nets. Is that just part of being super aggressive?
I mean, just shot one up, and I was like, one of us got to get it. Why not be me? So I just went in there, and you see the score, you see the time. Plays like that really matter, and they deflate teams because, you know, you get a stop, and then we get an offensive rebound. Keldon had a big one, and I had a big one. So just both of us going in there and doing that, I think, really picked us up.
Yeah, that's going to be his role this season.
Twice now. I know Mitch mentioned that he's impacting winning more than he ever has. What about Keldon is impacting that winning?
That boy dog. I mean, y'all see it out there. He relentless. He on that offensive rebound no matter what. I think that's what that's what he's really helping us out with, is just being that energy guy. You know, he's always the loudest one, never loses energy no matter what's going on. He's kind of our voice when it comes to just playing hard.
That's true. I'm really hoping Wemby develops that. Wemby get kind of quiet. I complained about it that last game, that second game, where I was like, dude, with the Pelicans game, it's like, dude, get on to these refs a little bit, man. Like they're calling some BS. Like, get a tech. It's okay.
There's been hope.
You're Vic. They're gonna listen to you. You're Vic.
Me a lot, just because, you know, from college to here is like a big jump in just competitive and just how good everyone is. So I mean, he tells us, I mean, we're the most competitive team out there. We're gonna make mistakes, but just keep going and going.
What else? All right. Appreciate it.
Nice. That was good. That was a very long segment, but it's necessary because the Spurs literally play later. So nice.